Hey guys, how's it going? I'm back here to show you a really unique Dragunity combo. In this video, I want to explore the third effect of Dragunity Quirinus. If you aren't aware, Dragunity Quirinus is the brand new level 4 monster out of Terminal World 3 for Dragunity. Now this card has several effects, but the first one is definitely the best one. When this card is normal or special summoned, you get to add a Dragunity spell or trap from your deck to your hand. This is really great because this card is a one card starter on its own because you're going to search Dragunity Divine Lance. That card will let you equip the Phalanx or Accuse to it, and then you can unequip that card and then synchro straight into Guidurg. This card gives Dragunity a lot of options because now they finally have a one card combo which they didn't have before. The biggest issue that Dragunity have always had is that they take up way too many cards and resources to do basic combos. Every deck in the modern Yu-Gi-Oh only needs one card to combo, whereas Dragunity always took 2 or 3. This was a really big issue with other cards in their archetypes such as Dragunity, which need a discard in order to search. You see, Dragunity is a really old archetype, so discarding a card to get a search was pretty good back in the day, but it's not that great now. Almost every archetype in the game right now just have a field spell where you can activate it and get a search immediately. You don't have to discard any card. This is why Dragunity Quirinus is so good. Finally, Dragunity can play in the modern era. The second effect of this card is that your Dragunity monsters can't be destroyed in battle while this card is equipped with an equip card. The third effect is you can target one other Dragunity monster card you control, return it to the hand or extra deck, then you can special summon one Dragunity monster from your hand. Now the second effect is really bad and it's almost never going to come up. Only protecting cards from being destroyed by battle is quite weak, but also at the same time the second effect is almost never going to come up. As I said, the reason why this card is so good is because it's a one card starter on its own. In order to actually combo with this card, you have to use it as synchro material, so it's not going to be on the field anymore. The second effect is not very good. I wish this was a grave effect by banishing this card from the grave to protect your Dragunity monsters from being destroyed. Now this card's third effect is very interesting. I like this design a lot. However, the big issue with the third effect, like the second one, is that this card is always going to be used as synchro material. It makes it very difficult to use the third effect, and I've been trying to think of ways to do that. Like I said, there's almost no way to use the third effect because you're always going to be using this card as synchro material. However, I have found a consistent way to use this card's third effect, and I'm very happy with the combo. I'm going to show you guys a really cool one card combo that has a unique way to actually use the third effect of Quirinus. We're going to be using a really cool link monster called Cross Sheep. The only materials that you need to summon this card is 2 monsters with different names, which is very easy. This card has several different effects if you summon a different type of monster that points to its arrow. It has effects for Ritual, Synchro, and Xyz, but we're not going to use any of those. Instead, we're going to be using the Fusion effect. This is how we're going to bring back Quirinus from the grave to get the third effect going. Now at this point, you're probably confused. How are we going to use the second effect of Cross Sheep? Dragunity as an archetype don't have any fusion cards. They also don't have any fusion spells, so it's going to be pretty difficult to get that effect. However, rest assured, it's very easy. We're going to be using a card called Snake Eyes Doom Dragon. In order to fusion summon this card, you need a Snake Eyes monster and an Illusion monster. Obviously, Dragunity don't have any of those, so it seems very weird to use this card. However, this card has a really strong alternative summoning condition. You can also special summon this card by sending 2 face-up monster cards in your spell and trap zone to the grave. This card is perfect for Dragunity. We can use this card very easily. There is a really strong synchro monster in this archetype called Dragunity Knight Barcha. When this card is synchro summoned, it lets you equip any number of Dragon Dragunity monsters from your graves to this card as an equip card. This card is how we're going to make use of Cross Sheep and Snake Eyes Doom Dragon. In order to do this combo, you only need 1 card in your hand, which is Dragunity Quirinus. You're going to do the standard Dragunity lines where you make Guidurg and then you make Romulus so you can get access to a Tum. There you're going to summon Darkness Metal and then make Spears and then use the effect of Samsara Dragon in the grave. Pretty basic stuff for a Dragunity combo. Another really cool thing about this combo is that we're making a Roost really early. We want to get this card in the grave ASAP so Barca can equip it to itself and then it can special summon itself later and attune it from the grave. Once we get Cross Sheep on the field, we're going to summon Doom Dragon and that will trigger the effect of Cross Sheep. We'll be able to special summon Quirinus from the grave and we can finally make use of this card's third effect. We're going to bounce back the Mistletoe to our hand and we're not going to special summon it. We don't actually have to special summon a Dragunity monster as the third part of Quirinus' effect. It's a lot better to keep Mistletoe in our hand. So eventually we're also going to use Quirinus to make Lewin, which is very good. In other combos, a lot of people summon Lewin off the effect of Georgius, but now we can use Georgius to summon Guidurg. This is really good because now we can get another add-in search off Guidurg, but this time for Falchion. We can banish Falchion from our grave to equip another Falchion onto Georgius. Now our opponent can't activate monster effects in the grave. Now eventually we're going to use Lewin as synchro material to summon Crimson Dragon, and you do not want to use the second effect of Lewin here. When Lewin is sent to the grave, it equips itself to a Dragunity monster you control, but you don't want to use it right now because we want to summon it again later. We're going to be using Crimson Dragon to get a search for Synchro Rumble, and because Lewin's a synchro tuner, we can special summon that card. This is where we're going to use Mistletoe and Lewin to summon Centurion Auxilla. This card is another level 12 Dragon Synchro, and when synchro summoned, you get to add any Centurion card from your deck to your hand. This is how we're going to stop Dark Ruler No More. A bunch of people left comments in my old combos saying Dragunity lose to Dark Ruler No More, and that's not even true. Cards like Nibiru and Dark Ruler No More are very easy for Dragunity to beat. You're going to search Centurion True Awakening, which is their Omni Negate counter trap. In order to use this card's negate, you have to send a face-up monster card from your spell and trap zone to the grave, which is not a problem. I know a lot of people will say, what about the effects of Arus and Georgius? In order to get their good effects, effects, you have to have those cards equipped. This is not an issue because of Lewin. When Lewin is sent to the grave, it immediately equips itself to a Dragunity monster if you have one. If you send Lewin to the grave off the effect of True Awakening, it will just re-equip itself to a Ruse. This is why the Centurion counter trap is so easy to use in Dragunity. I'm very happy to show off this combo with Cross Sheep and the third effect of Quirinus, so I hope you guys enjoyed this really unique combo. Also, you can anti-Nibiru if you open Odd's Revolution Dragon or another extender. You also get to keep a card in your hand if you do that, but I just wanted to show you guys the bare minimum 1-card combo. I'll be back with more Dragunity combos in the future because I'm having a ton of fun with these cards. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a good one. Take care.